Good afternoon. Today we are going to do an in the hoop napkin holder cover. Okay, it's like this. They're just little covers that go over the napkin holder. These napkin holders can be found at the Dollar Tree for, I'd say $1, but they're $1.25 now. This is the label, Cooking Concepts napkin holder. Okay, and today we're going to be doing the Gnome cover. It's in the hoop. We're doing the 6x8 size. This one in my hand is a 5x7. This is 5x7, and this is a 4x4 for those that don't have larger hoops than the 5x7. So it's done, you do the hat in one hoop and then the bottom in the other and sew it on. It looks like that. Okay, but right now the one we're going to do is the 6x8 all in one hoop, okay? All right, so I have my design ready and we're going to start. Okay, as you can see, it's did the placement stitch. And I did it in white. I would normally, and I'm going to cover, I would have used black, but I wanted you to be able to see it. I'm going to use felt for the base, front and back. So I'm going to cover this with felt, and then I'm going to tack it down, okay? Okay, it's tacked it down. Now it's going to do a placement stitch for this bottom part right here. I could just leave it and just do my gnome and everything and leave the back felt as my background, but I do not want to. And I didn't want to use like good vinyl or fabric. That's just going to go behind the hat. So I am going to do the placement stitch, okay? Okay, you can almost see the placement stitch there. Okay, and I'm going to I'm going to do it with fabric, but I'm going to spray the back with some June Taylor quilt basting spray to hold it in place. Just a little dab will do ya. And I'm going to put it right over this. And now I'm going to tack it down. Okay, you can see it's tacked it down. Now I'm going to trim this top curve. I'm not going to worry about the sides because I'll cut that out, you know, when I do the whole design. But right now I'm just going to cut the edges, the top curve like so, okay? Okay, now we're going to do the placement for the beard. Okay, it's to the placement, and it looks like I got a little tail right here that needs to be trimmed off. Okay, now I'm going to cover it. I'm going to use vinyl. Just going to cover it with this piece of vinyl right here and tack it down. Okay, you can see it's tacked it down. I'm going to go around and I'm going to, let my scissors get magnetic, and I'm going to trim his beard, okay? Okay, I've trimmed the beard. Now it's going to do the placement for the pants. Okay, it's did the placement for the pants, and I'm going to cover it with my vinyl and tack it down. Okay, it's tacked down his pants, and now I'm just going to go around and I'm going to trim it. Okay, and I've trimmed it. Now it's going to do the placement for his shoes. Okay, it did the placement for his shoes. Now I'm going to cover it with my vinyl and tack it down. Okay, it's tacked the shoes down. Now I'm going to go around and trim them. Okay, I've trimmed the shoes. Now it's going to do the placement for the clover. Okay, it did the placement for the clover, and I'm going to cover it with my vinyl and tack it down. Alrighty then, it's tacked it down, and now I'm going to trim it. Okay, now it's going to do the placement for the nose and the hands, okay? Okay, it's did the placement for those. I'm going to cover the nose and the two hands and tack them down, okay? Okay, it has tacked them all down, and now I'm going to trim them. Okay, now it's going to do the placement stitch for the top portion of his hat. kind of hard to see because I used black thread, but there's the placement stitch, and I'm going to cover it with my vinyl and tack it down. Okay, it's tacked it down. Now I'm just going to trim the bottom part because the rest of this will be cut when you trim the rest of the gnome or the cover. Okay, I've trimmed the bottom. Now it's going to do a placement stitch for the middle part of the hat. Okay, it's did the placement. I'm going to cover it with my vinyl here, maybe. Yeah, I better put it kind of crooked so it fits. And I'm going to tack it down. Okay, it's tacked it down. I'm going to trim the bottom and I'm going to trim the top because once again, the sides will be trimmed when you do the whole cover. Okay, now it's going to do the placement for the last part of the hat. Okay, it's did the last placement, so now I'm going to cover it with my vinyl and I'm going to tack it down. Okay, it's tacked it down. I'm going to trim under here. Underwear. No, I'm going to trim down here and above the hat and leave the sides once again, okay? Okay, so it's all, the front's all done. I'm going to turn my hoop over, okay? And I am going to cover the back, and I'm going to use felt once again. I'm going to cover it with the felt and then tack it down. I use a little bit of that temporary spray to hold it in place, and then you can easily slide your hand up in there so there's no issue with the napkin holder itself. It's just a very light temporary spray. Okay, so there we go. And now it's going to go around and tack the whole thing down, except for the bottom. Okay. Okay, it's tacked it, did it all the way around everything, tacked it all down. Okay, and I closed off the top of his hat as well, okay? All right, now I'm going to remove it from the hoop and trim it. Be right back. Okay, here we go. This one is in one hooping, and it's 6 by 8. Okay, hold please. Snip that right there because it annoys me. Okay, and that right there. Okay. Okay, so this one's 6 by 8. This one is 5 by 7 at the bottom, 4 by 4 at the top, and it's 2 hoopings for those with a smaller hoop. This one I went around and I did the edges with a green felt marker. Actually, it was a fabric marker. But potato, potato. So here is the all-in-one hoop. Actually, I'll just put it on the back of this one. And see that temporary spray? See, it doesn't really affect anything. It's just temporary. Okay. And look at that. Just look at it, would you? Okay. There he is, and he's so sparkly. Now, if you wanted to do two the same, you could do this one again, only flip it in your embroidery machine, and then the heads would be the same. But me, what I will do is just put a blank, not this one because this one's just dumb because this one's beige. I'll probably use a green one and just put a green blank on the back like that. That was my test stitch. But anyway, you got the picture. You got the drift. Okay, there you go. Thank you.